Got something new in today. Check this out. Somehow this looks like a 3D render, even as I'm holding it in my hands in real life. So this is a limited edition colorway of Native Instruments S61 MIDI controller. I've been using the regular one for 7 years. So excited to replace it with this one that they sent me as part of their big 25-year anniversary celebration. Congrats, Native Instruments. Love everything you make. This is clean. And that's not even the thing I want to show you today, because we've got the new 16-inch MacBook in. This is the one with the M1 Max chip. Full disclosure, I have a relationship with Apple. Sometimes they send me things, sometimes they send them to me before they're released anywhere else, but they don't tell me to post anything. They don't tell me anything I'm supposed to say. They don't approve whatever I do before it goes out. So that's the deal with that. At the end of the video, I'll talk a little bit about what I think of this as a music production machine, but what I really wanted to experiment with today is the built-in microphone. Apple has been continually improving the built-in mics on their laptops, and I'm the kind of person who would, just use the built-in mic if I was in a pinch or didn't have my audio interface, or sometimes just like the quality of it anyway as something like a little more lo-fi. But I think we're getting to a point where you might be able to use the built-in mic as a legitimate microphone and get totally usable, keepable takes with it. So that's what we're gonna experiment with today. All right, so I'm gonna switch from the camera mic to the laptop mic now, and I will just continue talking as I move my head around relative to the mic, which by the way is underneath the left-hand speaker grill on the laptop. So if I just get a little bit closer to there, you should be able to hear that, the sound is getting closer and clearer. And I'm about a couple inches away from the speaker now, even though I know you probably can't see me right now. But that's kind of what it sounds like. For me, it sounds really nice and clear. Definitely better as I get closer to the mic. I almost feel like we could treat this built-in mic like a normal microphone. Like if you were gonna sing into it. You know what, let's just do this right now. If I were going to record an acoustic guitar, I would position my microphone about 45 degrees off axis to the sound hole. So I think what I'm actually gonna do is just angle the laptop, just balance it on its side, try and get this mic kind of facing the sound hole at that angle. Oh, it's a little high. I think I just need to stand and play. All right, the low end was a little bit boxy, and maybe I could experiment with positioning to fix that, but also just with the tiniest touch of EQ, it actually sounds pretty good. Now I'm gonna record a vocal on top of this. Just finished recording the vocals. Here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play you a bit of the completely raw files, the guitar and my voice together with no effects. I'm gonna take the EQ that I put on that guitar off it, and then we're gonna switch partway through the song to something a little bit more produced, how I would actually treat something that I'd recorded with a real mic. A little bit of compression, EQ, maybe reverb, see what that sounds like. I'm very excited to share this with you, but I also just wanna add, I've been recording audio into the laptop. I've also been screen recording on the laptop, and I've also, just for fun, had Photo Booth open and was using the laptop's camera to film myself. And this whole time, the laptop's fan has not made a peep. So we will talk about that in a little bit, but here is the recorded song. I waited long and love you came. It's like I've always known your name. Love, don't you cry. Don't be afraid. Promise I'll always keep you safe. 'Cause now you're here and all I see is your a miracle. Now you're here and all By the way, that's my song Miracle. If you don't know, I have a project with Rob Scallon called 1st of October, where every 1st of October, we are a band just for that day, and we try and record a 10-song album all in one day. So that's one of the songs that came out of that this year, and if you haven't seen those videos, I'll link them. They're a lot of fun. But we gotta talk about this laptop microphone. I'm pretty positive if you played this recording for anybody, they would not think it was recorded with a laptop microphone. There are some aspects of it where maybe if you had a good ear, you might think it's not an amazing microphone, but overall, I feel like it really holds up. I mean, the tiny bit of lack in the high end maybe is a thing. You know, I have some nice mics that really sparkle in that high air sort of range, but this is really usable for a lot of stuff. At the very least now, I think you could use just a laptop, no mic, no audio interface, and record very passable demos rather than the usual like voice memo level kind of distorted stuff. But I also wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing official releases from artists that occasionally make use of this mic. I think it's gonna happen. Workflows are way more mobile these days, sessions can be a lot more casual, and I think something cool could come together with literally no other equipment. So let's also talk about this from just a general music production standpoint. It is almost a perfect laptop. I can literally only think of one thing that I don't like about it, which is such a small, silly thing, but the M1 chips are amazing. I started this video with the battery at 33%, and I'm now at 18%. So I've been doing stuff on it for a couple hours. I've been recording, I've been screen recording, I've been filming. It's just not breaking a sweat. And like I mentioned earlier, the fan hasn't turned on through all this, which is so important for music production. I've had this laptop for weeks and have not heard the fan turn on a single time. So whatever this Apple Silicon unified memory thing is doing, it's good. Some people have concerns about apps and plugins that run on Intel not working as well on the M1 chips. I haven't noticed anything with all the essential stuff that I use. I've got Rosetta going, which is like the bridge between M1 and Intel, so you can run Intel stuff on an M1 chip. Like for example, Ableton that I've been using, it's exactly like the Ableton that I know and love. Nothing seems different at all. And then all the other stuff that every tech channel talks about, you know, we've got all the most important ports back, the SD card, the HDMI and 3 USB-Cs, the headphone jack. They've gone back to the MagSafe connector, so you know, you don't have to worry so much about tripping on a cable and pulling your laptop off the table. Touch strip is gone, function buttons are back, and they have kept a little fingerprint scanner thing, which is also the power button. And then let's talk about the notch. Do you see the notch? No, you do not. You can get a notch if you want. It's up here. People love to hate on this thing. I guess, you know, they need the space for the camera to be there, but it's really fine because it's just like where the menu bar is. So if you full screen any app, it goes up to that point and the menu bar just turns black and becomes kind of like a border. So I don't know, kind of a non-issue to me. So literally the only thing that I'm not into on this laptop and that I have kind of had a gripe with for the last couple generations of MacBooks is the size of the trackpad. It's very large, and I just don't see why that's necessary. Like, I can do more by having a smaller trackpad where you can traverse the whole thing more easily. And also, I find it just like every once in a while gets in the way of my hand because, you know, I'm resting my hands, I'm typing. I don't know if like a bigger trackpad was really a bigger is better sort of situation there. But otherwise, a perfect laptop, an incredible machine. I'm gonna get so much use out of this, and I'll let you know if the fan ever turns on. Hope you got something out of this video. Love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.